This week I decided to finally do something I've been wanting to try for a long time, and since the season has slowed down as we wait for the Witch Queen launch next month, I figured, hey, this was a perfect time to try it. I really wanted to challenge myself and see if I could hang in the current meta with only gear you can get in Destiny 2 on a free-to-play account. So, I created a new PSN, and I began a brand new Guardian's journey, and I sped off to complete the first few steps of the new Light quest line so that I could go to the tower, talk to Shaxx, and unlock the Crucible for my cute little Kinderguardian. And by the time I stepped into PvP for my first match on this account, I had only blue armor, a blue Sandwasp auto rifle, and a lonesome sidearm that you get as a free handout when you go to the tower for the first time. And it's as you would expect it to be, without any precedent in PvP for the game to determine my skill level. I was tossed into lobbies with other new lights and brand new Guardians, with a few exceptions in the lobby. And it was honestly a cakewalk for a seasoned Destiny player like myself. Now, my big question as I started this journey was the question, how long will it take for the game to treat my new Guardian here as the same skill value as my main account? And my honest prediction was that it would take a few weeks of consistent play for the game to really start to see me as true Vanguard on this account. And I was way off. My first few hours of PvP on this account were live streamed, and everyone witnessed just how fast Bungie caught on. They're like, is this TV? I think this might be TV. It was like I caught their attention maybe within the first 30 to 45 minutes. The game was like, hey, hold up. It started matching me against some higher elo players just to maybe test the waters. And once it saw that I was able to still hang, then it escalated further and started putting me on teams just like my main account, where sometimes the majority of the enemy team is platinum elo and above, like you'll see here, clear as day. In many cases, the entirety of my team was lower elo than the majority of the enemy team. Look at this match where 3 of my opponents are 1900 elo and all the way up to 3500 elo, which is like top fraction of a percent elo values, and my teammates are all under 1600 and as low as the 1100s. And Destiny Tracker shows that the enemy team had a 90% chance of winning this match. That is bonkers. There are a few things to take note of here, I think. So let's unpack them sort of one at a time, rapid fire style. Firstly, the game is clearly highly intuitive and can determine your personal skill level within hours of gameplay and adjust accordingly. That means that the game is constantly taking your recent performance into consideration when dividing up the teams. This shouldn't be a surprise, frankly. The Crucible team told us this was happening when they started making changes to combat account recoveries in PvP, so that really good players playing on a really bad player's account would be recognized quickly by the system to help protect lower skilled players from matching against them. They clearly did a good job with that, and frankly, this is a good thing. It's good that the game recognized I was a good player and got me out of lobbies with newer players very quickly, so kudos to them for accomplishing what they set out to do with that system. Secondly, the lobby balancing in this game is seriously bad and is actively alienating players from the Crucible. I've said it before, and I won't rehash that whole thing again in this video because I did it recently in the video that's actually pinned on my channel if you want to hear me talk about lobby balancing and provide a little bit of data and feedback on it. But this definitely solidifies my position that lower skilled players are falling victim to bad lobby balancing because outliers are being allowed into their lobbies. And finally, the last observation I'd like to make is that this account is now officially much harder to play on than my main account. And I'm not blowing smoke here. You can look at my game history if you want to fact check that. The reality is that I'm already being put into the same lobbies with the same lobby balancing as my main account. But the difference is that I've had 0 exotic weapons or armor to leverage. I have no mods. I don't have Icarus, counterbalance, none of these things to help my increase my weapons performances. I've got no armor mods to give me plus 10 discipline or recovery or none of that. I don't have unflinching perks, no reload perks, none of that until I started getting, one mod here and one mod there. I only have a couple to choose from right now. I have no high stat rolled armor save for one chest piece that I recently got. I have no builds crafted yet because I don't have the resources, including the enhancement cores to masterwork my guns and the armor, the prisms for my armor, or shards for my armor, to get the most out of the gear that I already have. I got none of that. So this means that I'm basically playing in the same lobbies as my main account, but I'm doing it with both hands tied behind my back. It's an intense challenge, and I'm actually really enjoying the difficulty of it, even though some matches can be incredibly frustrating. But it's not all doom and gloom. You know, one of the things that I've learned in the process is how to really make the most of what's available to you as a free-to-play player. And I feel like this has equipped me with a lot more insight for people who are in that boat. I actually do get people every now and then who come into the stream actually pretty frequently, and they're like, hey, I'm just getting back into Destiny. What should I be doing? Now I'm not just blowing smoke. I can actually answer that question and say, hey, I'm 10 hours into my new account actually, so I can give you a little bit of insight, and I've been able to snag some really good gear. You can, right now, obviously, you can leverage Dares of Eternity for gear, or in my case, just play a bunch of playlist activities and complete bounties for strange coins. I go to the horse, and I buy the Paraversal Halls, and you can legit get some exotic gear from these. I didn't know that until a friend of mine posted a little clip on Twitter, and I was like, whoa, you can do that? So I started focusing on that, and that's how today I got my first exotic armor piece for this account. I have Another World. It's a solid PvE exotic, no doubt. They can also award you a number of exclusive weapons that you can't really get in other places now in the game, as well as treasure keys to get more of the 30th anniversary gear from the chest. In addition to that, I've played a bunch of Gambit for a number of reasons. First, there are lots of weekly challenges this season that you can complete in Gambit, and those challenges reward big XP towards your season pass progression. If you're a free-to-play Guardian, definitely look at those weekly challenges on your quest screen and see if you can knock some of those out. It'll help you get some of the more desirable gear on the season pass free-to-play top row. This is how I managed to get a free exotic engram at rank 20, and that gave me a hard light, which is my first exotic weapon on this account. I haven't even completed the quest that gives you Risk Runner yet. And then you can keep pushing and get the Lorentz Driver exotic linear fusion rifle at rank 35. That thing's an absolute monster in PvP right now. And beyond that, you can get an exotic Cypher at rank 55, which will help you buy exotic weapons that are unobtainable now. So look at some reviews, spend it wisely based on your preferences and what environments you like to play in. Gambit also has a great scout rifle called the Servant Leader, which I got a great roll on this account, and a solid fusion rifle, the Trinary System, and an SMG with a pretty crazy perk pool. I got the borrowed time with rangefinder and tap the trigger, and I really wish I had this on my main account because it is very solid. I also found that farming Blind Well was extremely lucrative, as I got a God Roll Waking Vigil and a seriously good Retold Tale with slide shot, opening shot, range masterwork, full choke. It's nuts. So my new account, it's coming along quite nicely with some great weapons in my arsenal. Right now my main focus is to continue to push my power level higher and higher so I can ultimately play the Prophecy Dungeon and get some of the extremely good weapons that are in that loot pool. I didn't want to just have a friend carry my account in Prophecy because, you know, I want to stay authentic to the free-to-play experience and make sure that I'm only doing things other free-to-play players would likely do and be able to complete. So if you're interested in seeing how that journey continues to develop, just let me know in the comments section that you want to see my new Guardian continue to grow and see how it fares in PvP with very limited resources. Thanks for watching the video today. Feel free to leave a like on this video only if you enjoyed it. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.